everybody, I'm Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you guys a great new recipe for green beans. I know green beans can get rather daunting as to what can I do different with them, so here's a recipe that hopefully will help you. It's great for the spring or the summer because I'm using lavender, okay? Now if you grow lavender in your garden, fantastic, you're like one up on me because mine hasn't come up this year. So I have some dried lavender and I got them right here. These are lavender buds. You can get them from Epicurial online at qualifirst.com. That's Qualifirst Foods, and they're lavender buds. If you open these bad boys up, the most heavenly smell comes out of this bottle, okay? Fantastic for mixing with your herb de Provence if you want to do French things and you can't find that lavender, or you can't seem to find the herb de Provence in your grocer, which I can't either. So yeah, I have to make my own, right? So we're gonna make a lavender butter. Now this is really tasty. It's super easy. Really what we're doing is we're just cleaning our beans. We clean them in cold water, rinse them into cold water, and I'm just trimming off the end, just that one stem end where it grows off of. It's just not as pretty and it just gets cut off, okay? Just a little tiny bit. I'm putting all the clean ones over here on my stove top. I have a medium saucepan with water in it. I'm boiling it. It has salt in the water, and that's gonna boil my beans. Now those are gonna boil for, I don't know, 7-8 minutes probably, right Mom? Would you say? 7 or 8 minutes, I guess, until they're fork tender. That's what you want them. And I'm going to show you the lavender butter separately. Now, be careful using exotic ingredients that possibly everyone in your household may not enjoy. So what you do is you just boil these bad boys up, put a little dab of butter on these, salt and pepper them up, okay? So those are for the people that aren't that adventurous or don't really feel like eating something like that. And then just make the lavender butter on the side and you can pour it on. Now, if that's not an issue in your house and you don't have kids that are picky or people that are picky, then hey, pour the lavender butter right on top. No big deal. Got me? All right, so I'll see you guys right back when I'm done chopping all my beans. All right. Okay, the ends are all cut off my beans. So into my pot they go. I'm going to set that timer for probably 7 or 8 minutes. And I'm going to check on them and make sure that they're fork tender. If they're not fork tender, I'm going to leave them in for another minute or two, check them again, make sure they're fork tender. Now, we like our beans particularly well done. I don't like hard, crunchy green beans. It just is wrong to me on many levels. Maybe it reminds me, the more cooked ones remind me of how my grandmothers used to cook it. I don't know, my mom cooks them like that. That's kind of just how we do it. We like them nice and tender and with lots of butter on them. So, in they go, setting my timer for 7 minutes. And we're gonna check them then. In the meantime, here we go with this lavender butter. I want to get ready, okay? So this is on. I have it on a medium low heat, my small frying pan. That's all you need. You don't need a whole bunch of butter. It's just, 3 servings of green beans, guys. Come on. All right, so into my frying pan, I'm going to put probably, that looks like 2 tablespoons of butter, Mom? Yes. Would you say? Yes. That's about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I want this on low because I want flavors to be extracted out of the lavender buds, okay? And into that butter. But you have to do it as slow as you can, right? So you want to start it now, since I just put the green beans in, and let that just kind of go. So I'm going to put about maybe just less than half a teaspoon of these lavender buds. And this is what they look like. They're purple, they're pretty, they're fragrant, they're lovely. Now if you grow lavender, make sure that they were not started with any pesticides, herbicide, insecticide. You can't eat it otherwise. Now if you've grown them organically or you bought them organically, then you're good to go. So into my butter goes the lavender buds. This is going to be so fantastic. Now, it tastes very perfumey, just like it smells. It almost tastes just like it smells. Wouldn't you say, Mom? Yeah. It's hard to explain, yes, but I think that's how you explain it. It tastes very close to what it smells like. So if you have never had that gum, that Thrills gum that tastes like soap, or you've never had musk candies from, say, like Australia or New Zealand, or what else tastes like that? I don't know. Perfume. It's kind of perfumey. It's kind of almost soapy, but it's very delightful, and I quite like it, and a lot of people do. So that's where we're rolling here. I'm also gonna put some freshly cracked I'm gonna put freshly cracked white pepper in. I have these white Kampot peppercorns from Cambodia, If you want to check them out online, that's campot-pepper.asia. Now, these are white. They're going to mix right in, aesthetically speaking, to the lightly colored sauce with the butter, right? So you won't be able to see all these flecks of black in there. Now, if you don't care, use whatever. It's no big deal. This has a slightly different flavor than some peppers do, but more so, I think, than anything, it's about the color with the white peppercorns. I'm just going to grind these up. I don't want them cracked. I want it ground because I want to actually really taste that pepper very, very well. Into that frying pan it goes as well. We're going to keep it simple. And I'm going to put just a hint of salt in here. So I'm going to use this beautiful pink Himalayan pink salt. That's from Qualifirst Foods. You can check them out, qualifirst.com. They have really great salt and pepper, garlic and chili even grinders that are really, really fantastic for giving you fresh flavors, okay? Beautiful stuff. So check them out. All right, also, if you're using butter that is already salted, you may not need to add too much more salt. If you're using butter that's not salted, say that you bought a bunch for baking, etc., then make sure you add a little bit more salt. I'm going to just stir this around. This is going to come up to just a simmer, and I'm just going to allow this to sit here while my green beans are going. I don't want this to boil over. I don't want it to get all angry and explosive. I just want it to heat through and make sure that those flavors are infusing, okay? And that's pretty much done. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of white wine, that'd be beautiful. Let that reduce. If you wanted to add just a splash of lemon juice, which we might do later, you can do that too. I think that'd be really tasty too, right? Yes. You could also add some fresh parsley to this if you wanted to. It's going to take away from that lavender flavor just a hint, but hey, what's wrong with fresh parsley? Nothing, all right? We'll be right back when these green beans are fork tender, okay? Okay, everybody. My green beans on the stove are ready. They've been going for, I would say, about 8 or 9 or 10 minutes. I walked away and came back. I'm not really concerned with it because I like mine to be tender. So I'm just going to drain it. I need a oven mitt. I'm going to drain them and I'm going to bring them back in the pot, okay? Okay, my green beans are ready. And I am going to serve them separately to some people with just the butter, so I'm going to just put butter in for right now. A dab of butter. Good stuff. A dab of butter. I'm going to put some salt and pepper. Salt, pepper. And not a lot of salt, just a little, because that butter has salt in it. And for the people that I'm also adding the extra lavender butter to, that's just going to be a whole lot more salt you don't want. All right, so I put just a little bit of separate pepper and salt on that. Some butter, stir that around, okay? And then we're going to do like this. I'm going to do a taste test, and I'm going to show you that butter. Now that butter's been sitting on the stove, slowly and surely, just infusing with this gorgeous flavor, okay? When I tasted it, the flavor of that lavender is so pronounced, it's so beautiful, but it's not like so overpungent that you just can't stomach it. You got what I'm saying? But it's got this beautiful floral smell. Oh, and the flavor, can't wait. Now that would be really gorgeous if you went and you put some garlic in that. You can even put some shallots in that. You could put some chives in there. Really, it's all kinds of things you can do. But hold on. All right, I'm going to try a couple of these beans. Put them over here so you guys can see. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of this sauce over. Make sure you get some of those lavender buds so it's really impressive. And you really get a good idea of that flavor profile, okay? So here we go. My nice tender beans all buttered up. Wow. You know what? I may never make beans another way again. Mommy, you have to try these. Okay. I'm going to bring my mom one, and you're going to hear her taste test. Here you go. Taste that. I may never want green beans another way. They're really fabulous, right? It gives this it's almost like it's the perfect combination. Keep it simple. Salt, pepper, and one really great spice like those lavender buds. I highly recommend these. These are so flavorful. They are so tasty. You gotta try these, right? They're from Epicurial. That's what they look like. They're called Epicurial Lavender Buds. You can find them online at Koalafirst Foods. That's koalafirst.com. This is gorgeous. That's how you make green beans. Boiled green beans with lavender butter. All right, that's it. That's all. I hope you follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. I hope you like the fan page. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. Come interact with me. Let me know what's going on in your culinary world, all right? Make sure you check out my mom's website. That's ingridturnertoday.com. Say bye, Mom.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Shout out to BAM Niagara. They're responsible for my fitness. Be champions in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.